I'm here every day from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours of live stream writing accountability, followed by a share what you did wrap-up chat. That comes after. I still need to update this blurb to probably properly explain things to newcomers. For me, when I'm not able to respond. You can, because this is accountability video, keep it in a background window or background tab as you're working on what you're working on, as though we were in a digital shared workspace, or you can watch along, read along with me as I get going on what I'm working on. And as you're going to see, as I get myself all squared away here, I work in a tabbed window. This serves two purposes. One, it helps me to, not force my computer to overwork itself. It has been known to cut videos into pieces. It's already having troubles with the keyboard, and that's something I've made an appointment with the Apple Store to get that squared away, because as a writer, I need the keyboard to work. I can't have letters just nilly-willy not typing. So, can't have that. So, that's reason number one, is just trying not to overstrain my technology. And reason number two, and this is actually the number one priority reason that I work in a tabbed window, is that I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and if I can see the chat, I'm not getting writing done. And that is the point of my morning writing, is to get writing done. So I could go into more details about that, but I would rather do that at the end of our time together during the wrap-up chat, which includes a brief summary of what I get done during the morning writing, in case you weren't watching, reading along. And then I do pop into the chat at that time to see what all everybody has been saying on both Twitch and YouTube, and I respond to everything that came up in those chats. I read it all, respond to it all, and so yeah, that does happen, just not during the 2 hours of morning writing. So get myself all squared away. And as soon as that stops, I can do the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna get going on my little to-do list for this morning, and then at some point I am gonna have to just jump back here just to pause it. I'll pause it now, it's fine. Anywho, let's write. Did I accidentally go in there? Son of a bitch, I did not highlight that goddamn file. If you hijacked my picture, swear to God. Okay. Where'd it go? It's supposed to be at the top. Why did it does not, that is not how we organize. Oopsies doxies. I also, okay. So this tracks rate of pre-order. Deal rate of pre-order. Ideal quill pre-order velocity to get to 200. So 20, I thought I had to get to 750. Just considering. illustrated. Fantasy. the thing, Rose. Do the thing. here. Gonna die. Look at this pile. Put that book. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Son of a gun. Did it fall to the floor? Probably. Did it fall to the floor? Probably. Where the hell is the book gone? Son of a gun. This is why you need to clean those. This is why you need a clean friggin' house. So that shit like this doesn't happen. If the last time you were done using it, you had just put it away and not just glibly tossed it onto the rocking chair, it would have not taken so much time to locate. Son of a gun. Okay. Okay, so that works. Aha. Righto. No, just no. Leave it, Rose. Because it's done. You published it. It's done. Okay. Next time. I think I am going to have to start doing year, project, self, week. And that would mean okay. Okay. Yes, okay. It's cool, it's cool. Just the app is doing, which is finicky. threadless needle, piecing it all together, bringing it home. Turn the king. Just really is the best ampersand ever. I mean, look at that fucking thing. Look at that fucking thing. It's beautiful. All right. Next, those two things. Beverage break. Little stretch. Oh, that's something I should have put in the list. That is part of my morning writing. I'm gonna do stretch breaks. I could just use the timer for that. I could very easily use the timer for that. 10:38. I need to reset this anyway. Okay. Oopsies ducksies. erased that. I mean, right? I should go back and check. Spacing after introduction. Yeah, I just did whole new pages except for that one time, right? Or did I just do it then also? Just review it, Rose. It's okay. You got time. You got time. You are right on schedule with the EDC tracker. Started pages, never in the center, except maybe in this section. Maybe. That's what we're checking for. See, this one we did it because they're sharing a worksheet. The introduction stands apart from the lessons, really. Just, you're fine, Rose. You're fine. question, I can share the resource. Trying to squeeze it at the end of the lesson isn't helpful. This. Oh dear, how did that phrase get past me? Now it's time to acknowledge that self-awareness which allowed you to bridge the gap between what you're capable of and the help you need sometimes. And the help you sometimes need. An awareness that positions you to seek and receive that help. And we do this with Thanksgiving. Haha. Now it's time to acknowledge that self-awareness which allowed you to bridge the gap between what you're capable of and the help you sometimes need. The things that happen, and those letters, and need, A, N, D, and E, those are all three letters that sometimes don't type. So the fact that those two specific words were just gone, it really just makes, oh, thank God I made that appointment. Thank God I made that appointment with the Apple Store. Just thank God. Very soon, my lovely MacBook, your keyboard shall be mended. That shall be. But if it's an electronic thing, that it's just aging and they have to replace the whole thing, it's probably going to be expensive. Probably just from its age, it's going to be pretty freaking expensive. It's okay. It's okay. There are ways to make this work. Just keep editing, Rose. Just keep editing. Why do I do this? Because it looks just oddly scrunched, and also it makes me feel better about putting the next lesson on an entirely new page. Yep, that is why we do it. Okay. I feel less bad when it can take up half a page. What? No. Your face. Okay, I'm going to finish editing solution. But I'm not going to put in the worksheets yet. I'll put in the worksheets tomorrow. I'm just going to finish editing this section and then I'll do the wrap up step. I have to go through and name some things. Shoot. Okay. Donor sequence is the doll. Percopy. Some journal from the initiation sequence of the Wise Doll, where you read that in every moment you are being tested. So now now assess how you measure up against who you were. Before this was about making a good first impression, now is the time to consider the lasting impression this quest has made on you and how you live with yourself. Be mindful of that as you journal your answers to these questions. With every quest, these should change little by little, creating iterations of the first impression with which you meet the world around you. That is pretty cool. Okay. And just get recognition onto a separate page. And now, wrap up chat. Save what I did last. Great. Make a note that I got as far as solution without the worksheets. Okay. And now I'm gonna... Hello! Thank you for joining me today for these 2 hours of live stream writing accountability. I'm your live stream writing accountability partner, Rose Jermusic, and now it's time for the Share What You Did wrap-up portion, the Share What You Did wrap-up chat portion. I'm going to briefly summarize what I got done today, and then I am going to respond to everything written in the chats from both YouTube and Twitch. So I do have those open in a separate window and separate tabs from where I was working in Google Drive earlier. So, briefly summarizing, I worked on getting out today's reader update, which included the worksheet travel miles for the Narrateme claim. That also linked to today's bonus journaling prompt in the Golden Goose Eggs Facebook group, and also linked to my most recent article on the goldengooseeggs.com, Once in the Red Shoes, Always in the Red Shoes, which breaks down why I think Hans Christian Andersen wrote that story about alcoholism. A word that they would not have used for immoderate drinking at that time in history, which was about 25 years into the temperance movement. Immoderate drinking, intemperate drinking, that's in the article. And I wrote my daily blog post for today, which covers things that I'm going to do slightly different for the next round of 100 days of morning writing. I have decided when I'll start the next 100 days. I will either start it on April 27th or on May 1st. I like the idea of starting it on May 1st, but that's 11 days of I'd still be doing morning writing for those 11 days, assuming that I get my computer back in time, because I am at the end of day 100 that afternoon. I've made myself an appointment to take the MacBook to the Apple Store and get the keyboard situation squared away, because I'm a writer. I can't have my keyboard just not typing letters. Also, with the internet and everything and keeping all the things password protected, you need your keyboard to work so you can access those things, even when passwords are saved. If for whatever reason you have to answer a security question or signing up for something new, you want to make sure that you know exactly what it is you're typing. So, I'll be taking my computer to the Apple Store in the afternoon of day 100, which is exciting, and hopefully I'll have it back same day. That way I can just jump right back into morning writing the next day without it being an official part of any 100 days of writing. There's just going to be this sort of break between the official 100 days where I'm still streaming, I'm still interacting, I'm still doing the morning writing. It just won't be it just won't be numbered. You'll see below the video here, it says 1.0, what's today? 1.092. And that means we're on day 92 of 100 days of morning writing. And the 1 before the decimal point means this is the first round of 100 days of morning writing that I've ever live streamed. Yes. So I am planning on getting started with the 100 days again on either the 27th of April or the 1st of May. And actually what's going to decide that is me calling my mother, because if I start on May 1st, I will end on August 8th. That's right. Is that right? Is it August? Yes. I'll start on August 8th. I'll end on August 8th. That'll be day 100. And if I'm ending on day 100, family visit, there's a family visit happening this summer, so I want to make sure that it's over in time for the family visit. And looking at my calendar without sharing that information with you, it looks like it will be over. But I want to double check that those dates with my mother. Because I cannot guarantee that I'll have the internet connection that I need to do any live streaming while I'm visiting with my family. So there is just a chunk of time that you won't know. Like, just for my family's privacy reasons, you're not going to know when I'm off visiting my family until it happens, and I'm just not doing the morning writing. Though that doesn't guarantee anything, because I might have just slept in or slept over at a friend's house or something, or for just whatever other reason, just not been available to stream, which is not allowed during a designated period of 100 days of morning writing. So yeah, just trying to figure out if I'm starting that the 27th or the 1st. And let's see, looking at where is, I have a thing on, okay, there it is on my calendar. That should be there because, I mean, I should write it in both spots just because. Sorry, calendar issues. Okay, back to the brief summary. So I wrote my daily blog post based on the things I'm going to do a little bit differently for the next 100 days of morning writing. This being the first round, lots of things have just gone differently. I did not originally start off with this orange gold border. This happened around the day 50 mark when I first started streaming on Twitch and using OBS to dual stream through Restream on both YouTube and Twitch. Before that, it was all on YouTube, and I'll continue doing things on YouTube because because there's just that long-lasting archive situation over there. Yes, so there's that, and then I went and I worked on my PDF for the 4 gifts, which is also the 31 Days of Narratemes guided journal that I've been campaigning on Inkshares that has not reached its funding amount. And it has not reached its funding amount because so many things. There are so many different variables that I cannot account for. And I think the number one, like it was basically finished writing, it was finished being written. I have like my list of 5 things that I should do. The first 2 things were basically set. Item number 3 about email list building, I wasn't as clear about that for the whole 100 days. 4, I did not have bonuses beyond the worksheets. And what bonuses I did have were really more associated with the goldengooseeggs.com and the Facebook group. And then number 5, which had to do with basically networking to other people's email lists. And also, I didn't even have this list till very, very late in the 100 days. Yeah, so, and that's just those 5 variables, 3 of which just completely on the wonky side. 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 is 40%. That's an F. I am used to getting Fs from my history of not getting homework done as a kid because of my OCD. But I know I have OCD now, and I know so many variables even outside of that. All right. So because that's not funding, I am and was working on today, as you could see toward the end here, I was working on, those are the worksheets, and the other piece of the project is this side with all the lessons. So as you can, I'm just making it a nice, pretty PDF that has all of the guidance and the journal pages, because it is a guided journal. Or maybe it's better explained as a workbook or a book. focus is to get you journaling, and the space is given for that journaling. So I feel like it makes more sense to call it a guided journal. I really do. Ba-bum. Where am I? Right, arrival was the review, and then... Okay. Right. So that's all what I got done. Got really far into that third section. But now it is time for me to hop into the chats of YouTube and Twitch and respond to things. So on YouTube, no comments. That is cool. And on Twitch, got some talking going on. Okay. Silas Marsh shared a cat emoji with sunglasses. What are you writing? What's the theme? Chat. Clearly not. This is why I need to update this portion of the blurb on the banner so that people know that I can't see the chat while I'm writing. This is for accountability. The off chance that you're seeing me working or not working helps to keep my butt in the chair. And, but because of my OCD, I don't look at the chat while I am writing. So, that means I'm going to have to whisper to Silas Marsh and then also the next person who similarly chatted that I was not responding to the chat. Hey there. Hey neighbor. Be a good neighbor. Speaking of which, Mr. Rogers is no longer streaming and I am heartbroken. But hopefully it will stream again. Hey neighbor, sorry. Sorry, I missed you in the chat. So you know, I don't look at the chat while writing. Because if I did, I would not get any writing done. Type all the letters, computer. Writing done, comma, due in large part to my OCD. Type all the letters. I do, however, respond to all chatting that occurred during the live streaming at the 11 a.m. EST mark. During the live streaming, no, at the end of the 2 hours. At the end of the 2 hours, in a share what you did wrap up chat. If you'd like to view any past chats, including today's, please visit my YouTube channel. Type properly, keyboard, where they are archived. short link to that page. All right. Send. And I've copied that message. And now a big pud said, "Oi, oi, you look very sad, robot, awkward thing emoji. What's wrong? Notice me!" All caps, multiple E's, multiple exclamation points. Just like real life, I'm invisible. That is not what I intended. So whispering to this person, and I'm going to copy paste the message, and here in "sorry I missed you" in the chat, I'm going to put comma, "you weren't invisible, comma, I just do things a little differently." And send. Okay. So that is the chat at present in Twitch, and the chat at present in YouTube remains blank. And yeah, so that does it for our wrap-up chat for today, it appears. And this is very common. I really do need to update this thing. I'll probably do that during the break time between the 100 days of morning writing, when I'm just doing general morning writing. Spend the time in between getting really prepared for the next 100 days and making sure all the links work, that my site is all squared away so I can easily link people over to, examples of my work and my writing, and so that people can see those things and see what I'm up to beyond what's going on during these 2 hours of morning writing. And and also being able to really see those things that I'll probably not screen share. One thing I do want to do in the next 100 days of morning writing is, oh God, I'm gonna use my typewriter in the days to come. On the days specifically where I don't want, I need to do a thing. On the days specifically where I do not want to be, there we go, screen sharing things that are sensitive because of spoilers, and or not just spoilers, but also certain literary journals. When you publish anything online in a private capacity, it counts as being properly published, and a lot of literary journals want first-time publication rights. They don't want anything that has been previously published. That also helps to, widen the pool of possibility for people getting their work out there and published at all, because if you were just publishing the same story over and over and over again, which you can do because there are journals that take previously published work, but there's a nice philosophy of no previously published work, that it just, because so many journals do that, that means there's more opportunity for people to get that first-time publication at all. And it also means that if you want to get published over and over again, you should do that by writing more and more and more completed poems and completed stories and novels and such. So I don't want to screen share because I don't want to give any spoilers away in any novels that I write, and I also don't, or well, any fiction that I write really, and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot in terms of being able to shoot myself in the foot in terms of getting published somewhere. At the moment, I am a contributing writer for Exterminating Angel Press, the magazine, which is run by Todd Davies, who writes the Arcadia books, which are just fantastic. And Exterminating Angel Press, I first heard about them because of this book here that I keep in my little magic stack of books on my desk. My little lucky pile of books that needs to be dusted. Holy Christmas Rose. Three Dead Princes, an anarchist fairy tale, published by EAP by a guy whose name is pronounced either Nobacon or No Bacon. And if it's pronounced No Bacon, that is very sad, because bacon is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But yeah, Three Dead Princes. It is very good. Princess Stormy lives in a homey castle with her family and a fool. When an unhappy neighboring kingdom decides to invade, Stormy must go on a quest meeting giant cats, mermangels, giggle mookies, a grigglegrack, and flying lizards on the way. Oh, and she kills 3 princes. But that's by accident, and anyway, it's their own fault. Which it is. It most certainly friggin' is their own fault. So, yes, that I believe is it. Nobody in the chat, nobody hanging out. I mean, people are watching, but nobody's chatting, which means that the wrap-up chat has completed. And so, it's time for the proper wrap-up. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm your live stream writing accountability partner, Rose Music, here every day for 2 hours of live stream morning writing, followed by a share what you did wrap-up chat. You can keep me in the background as kind of just background noise, as though we were in a digital shared workspace, or read along, watch along when I do the screen sharing. And also that wrap-up chat is where you share what you're working on and any questions that you have about what I'm working on, and any questions that you have or comments that you have about the creative process, yours, mine, in general. And I love having those kinds of conversations, so please join me any old morning, and at the end of the 2 hours of writing, I will be reading everything that was chatted. This is why in my blog post today, I specifically said that I need to write down what my outro is, because the phrasing right there of the fact that I come back to the chats, you see how tongue-tied I'm getting? You see this. And hopefully by tomorrow, I will have done the thing that I told myself to do, and I will just have that outro ready to go, and you won't have to see me get flustered like this again. You would think after 100 mornings that I would have this figured out yet already. Words, Rose. You're a writer. Use words. Anywho, thank you very much for joining me today. Silas Marsh. Oh, more in the chat. Okay. What theme are your stories? It depends on the story. There is an underlying thread through everything that I create, and that underlying thread is the philosophy that we can build a better world through better storytelling. By improving the stories that we tell ourselves, each other, and collectively as a society, we can make the world better one story at a time. And so each story does have its own themes, its own thing that it is taking care of. And so the book that I'm writing right now, which is nonfiction, it's a guided journal that is about self-care so that you can quest through your daily life. And my next project for the 100 Days of Narratemes, Sally Forth, is a paranormal young adult novel about sisters, and particularly that tricky area of sisterly affection where you are losing people that you love and finding new people to love. And sometimes those things are happening separately, and sometimes those things are happening at the same time and are intermingled. And so it's about love, loss, and getting Janie to just move the hell on already. Poor Janie. She's stuck quoting Ghostbusters. The whole book. So it's a really fun book for all of its sadness. But anywho, it is 11:30 now, and that is when I like to completely have the chat done by, So I've ranted enough to get us to 11:30. So I'm going to go ahead and do the wrap-up spiel and actually say goodbye. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm Roaster Music, your live stream writing accountability partner, here every day from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for 2 hours of live stream writing accountability, followed by a Share What You Did wrap-up chat, where after all the writing is done for 2 hours, I check out everything that was happening in the chats during the live stream on both YouTube and Twitch, and I respond to all of it. Even the stuff that continues to happen during the live wrap-up chat. So please feel free to join me any day. I'm here pretty much every day. I'm here every day for the foreseeable future. Thank you very much for joining me today. I will see you next time. Good journey, my friends.